Good morning, friends. My name is Jason Sisk-Provencio, and I'm the pastor at the United Church of Christ Congregational of San Luis Obispo on Los Osos Valley Road. And I am here on this gloomy Tuesday morning with a peace nugget. And I'm going to share from the UCC daily devotional. And today's reflection comes from Matthew Laney, who's the pastor at the Virginia Highland UCC church out in Georgia. And his reflection is called That Sinking Feeling. And he's reflecting on Matthew 14:28 through 30, where Peter says to Jesus, "Lord, if it's you, command me to come to you on the water." And Jesus said, "Come." So Peter got out of the boat, started walking on the water, and came toward Jesus. But when Peter noticed the strong wind, he became frightened. And beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." And this is Matthew Laney's reflection. Suppose Peter wasn't called out of the boat only to walk on water. Suppose he was called out of the boat to sink, to know his vulnerability, and to remember the kingdom is not a solo effort. I see a good morning from Richard. Good morning, Richard. It is good to see you this morning. Welcome. Barbara Brown Taylor writes of this moment, what if Peter hadn't sunk? What if he jumped out of the boat with perfect confidence, landed with both feet flat on the water, and smiled across the waves at Jesus? What if the other disciples had followed suit, piling out of the boat after him? It would be a totally different story. It might even be a better story, but then it wouldn't be a story about us. We could call Peter's water walk a failure, or we could call it a spectacular success in acknowledging that he is sinking and remembering that he is not alone. Too often, we get that sinking feeling, and we scramble back into the boat and we give up. When we recognize just how complex and overwhelming life can be, how many things that we have to work on in ourselves and in our world, we might find ourselves backing off, getting back into the boat. Getting out of our safe spaces demands sinking into our vulnerability, our limitations, and our ignorance. It's hard, and it's also a blessing. We can't know what it means to be lifted up until we know what it means to sink. And the good news is that Jesus has overcome the intersectional high seas and hurricanes of this world. He walks all over them. And he did not allow Peter to drown. And Matthew Laney offers this prayer. Holy One, I know you want more for me than safety and stability. When I sink, help me to give thanks and to remember that I am not alone. I wanted to share this reflection because it reminded me so much of Henry Nouwen that I shared yesterday's Peace Nugget on. Nouwen said that we must constantly push ourselves and challenge ourselves to leave behind our comfort zones, leave behind things that we've known and done before in order to continue growing, to continue challenging ourselves, to continue letting God's love and light penetrate and permeate us even more deeply. And so many times it's scary when we face new prospects and new challenges, and we feel like, ooh, I can't do this. I gotta play it safe. Well, that's not where and how we grow. We grow at the edge of our comfort zone. So don't be afraid when you find yourself being challenged. Don't get back into the boat. Know that you are not alone. God's beloved, I wish all of you grace and peace today. know that you're not alone. I'm with you. Your church family's with you. God is with you. We will continue getting through this time together. Love you, friends. See you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.